There are marvelous Ukrainians, simply splendid folks, beautiful, worthy, honest, hard-working, civilized, and my followers to boot. Strikingly good they are. Year after year I meet more exceptional Ukrainians and I worry for them. I think the world of them. They are worth my adorations and many good things. They are grateful. They know I've lost almost everything here in Russia because I disapproved of many bad things that have happened. But Ukraine has others in stock as well. Cads, yokels, ungrateful swine, pure bio-waste, rattle-headed cattle. It's never enough for them. They always want more. Their selfishness is centuries in the making. These lying hypocrites shift with the wind, never working in Europe but always lining up for welfare. Yet the moment a fiesta's on the horizon, they're back in Ukraine, and it's always someone somewhere that owes them something. Russians, the French, the EU, Americans, Australians, they beg for everything, money, guns, etc. Their mendicancy is something phenomenal. Everybody's in their debt, absolutely everybody. Now about Zelenskyy. Well, Zelenskyy has indeed achieved some remarkable results. Everyone despises him. First in line, of course, are many people in Russia, the Kremlin's lot. Understandable, nothing to wonder about. But now he's hated by Americans, by the United States president. And Trump, he's so benevolent, so kind. He shared his number with him, he called him. Turns out, Trump is not just a developer, but a first-rate humanist and diplomat. An A1 peach, understand?
Просто, первый класс.
And Zelenskyy committed a direct crime against Trump. He violated the United States Constitution. From an American point of view, he's a criminal because he interfered in the United States elections. He arrived deliberately to support those fascists from the Democratic Party. By Zelenskyy's order, the totalitarian puppet media in Ukraine spew calumny, slander and insults. They've done it for years, against Trump, against his team, against the Republican Party. Under United States law, these are crimes, libel and defamation. I repeat, they are criminals. Zelenskyy, his cabinet, the Ukrainian masses, they have committed crimes against Trump and the American people. This is a fact, historical, indisputable and legal. And in spite of this, Trump isn't just helping Ukrainians, he's saving them. Trump is saving Ukraine, the Ukrainian people and Ukrainian statehood. One man out of billions is doing this. His name is Trump, not Zelenskyy, Trump. Today there's only one savior of Ukrainian statehood, and his name is Trump. Not Biden, not Trump's assistants, not Vance or Musk, none of them give a fuck about it, but Trump does, because he knows his historical mission. That's how he feels the situation and follows his intuition. And everyone's saying how vengeful Trump is, the relentless human of the wild, and he's right. I believe in vengeance too. I always punish Scots, my enemies, anyone who's done me harm. If you're still breathing, still walking, understand this: your time is running out, and when the hour strikes, you'll meet your deadline. Trump punishes swine and criminals, but when it comes to Ukraine, oh, this is something phenomenal. He doesn't punish them, not as he should, and for damn good reasons. I repeat, the Ukrainian government committed a crime against the United States, against the Republican Party, and against Trump himself. They've been doing it for years, openly, officially, because they are morons. Rotten-hearted morons, idiots. And now, to my dear Ukrainians, if Trump and the Republican Party hold even the slightest contempt for you, you can thank Zelenskyy for that, for he's screwed up. In that regard, listen, you know I stand in opposition to the Chekaz agents and the current regime in Russia, but on this particular case with Trump, Putin played it smart, because Putin treated Trump with respect, and he made that clear time and again in both his first and second terms, and Zelenskyy flopped. Unlike Putin, Zelenskyy screwed up. Again, I'm talking about this one situation, so don't twist my words. In this particular case, Putin did it right. And much to Russia's profit. For Russia, it's a win. Any president should do what is best for his country. And Trump does so. Zelenskyy has made lots of misdeeds. First off, remember, I told you not to vote for Zelenskyy. By all means possible, in so many interviews and videos, I urged you, don't vote for Zelenskyy. You shouldn't have done so because he's a blabbermouth, a clown. First, he was a freebie under our local regime, then turned his cot and joined extremists in Ukraine. Afterwards, he was tamed by Washington and London. He always was somebody submissive. Plus, his bloated pride stings with every inch of his height, and maybe his nationality too. Throw in those slaps from Philipp Kirkorov. I just watched the video, it's rather funny. See, when you're an actor playing a role, it doesn't matter if you take 500 slaps or a dozen humiliations. It's all just a play. No worries. But it seems he took it way too close to heart, and that's why he decided to replay his whole life. Clown no more, now he's a field commander or whatever he fancies. And about playing field commander. My Ukrainian comrades, please tell Zelenskyy to change his damn clothes. He looks so cringe-worthy, a total embarrassment. It only discredits you. What a shame. You have peace treaties ahead. Just recently you saw Trump's representative in Munich. Well-groomed, tall, perfectly matched shirt, necktie and jacket, clean-shaven, and Zelenskyy is dressed like a battlefield commander. And those stupid beards. He and the other chap, Rahmani or what's his name? Never mind. These beards bear a resemblance with rebel commanders, and it only defames them, you see, because they look like a bunch of rogue chieftains. For many years, since Euromaidan, our propagandists spilled this yarn about that tyrannical junta in Kiev. Whenever I heard such claims during my many visits on NTV channel, I answered, what are you talking about? What junta is this? Look, you've had that Ukrainian bunny, a barnacled one. What's the name? What's the name of that Maidan bunny rabbit in glasses? A funny one, you know.
По-моему, Яценюк.
Yatsenyuk is the name. So, what they call the junta couldn't scare a fly. And when Zelenskyy started dressing himself in this gallimaufry of fabrics, I'd wager he thought he looked like a mixture of Churchill, Stalin and Mao Zedong as performed by some French theater in Saratov. That's awful. Maybe in 2022, the first few days when it all began, it carried some message, but now it's just dreadful. This guerrilla appearance disfavors you greatly. That's what I meant when I talked about aesthetics and culture, and so many of you hollered, we have our own culture. Do you? Vyshivankas and an unshaven president draped in a guerrilla outfit. That's all you've got. Make him shave. I won't even get into his facial expressions or drug habits. I didn't touch that subject when everyone else here did. I know 2022 was rough, the circumstances were tough, but now you have to do something about this. His twitching, his neuroses, those junky glimmers and facial jactations. You need to fix it, stitch him up with clay or something, I don't know. Like Trump, I want to make this world better. Trump really wants to improve everything just as I do. I'm a director, a historian. I want to make things logical and beautiful. Now, I'll tell you what Zelenskyy is up to, because I see it clearly. I get it. For the past few days, he's done everything to thwart the negotiations, not just sulking at Trump or being stubborn, nor stalling for certain compromises. Zelenskyy actively sabotaged the negotiations, and it's not that he failed to do so, it's that Trump keeps pushing him forward using different tactics. He moves between fox and lion with ease, because he's a brilliant diplomat. Trump is bloody awesome at negotiations. He stands alone, and if I say that, I mean it, because crave a compliment out of me is very difficult. It appears Trump is about to tame Zelenskyy, and it's a real toil, not because it's difficult for Trump to succeed, but to perform it mildly and in a civilized manner. Trump really amazes me. I don't know why, but he refuses to set his revenge on Zelenskyy, his cabinet, and Ukraine as a whole. In that regard, he remains noble and chivalrous. I don't know why, because I personally would have punished them hard for all they've done. How ill-disposed and physically antagonistic Zelenskyy and his cronies were toward Trump. So, Trump keeps trampling on Zelenskyy, thus helping Ukraine. But he does it gallantly, gently, and with such finesse that I'm utterly bewildered. Bewildered to see how enduring Trump is to remain sang-froid. It's clear as day, Zelenskyy fears peace treaties, not only because they will lead to elections, and what kind of elections, but because they would trigger investigations, internecine, and the return of both seasoned and under-seasoned combatants. Some have fought for too long, some are still untested, and when the army returns, they'll demand what they have earned and claim what they want. So, more trouble for Zelenskyy. Plus, the corruption scandals. When the Americans investigate how much of their funds were stolen, how many charity weapons were funneled underground to Africa or sold off to Latin American drug cartels, the picture is bone-chilling. Plus, how many vehicles were lost thanks to the thick-headed Ukrainian generals. Now, the Russian spoils of war, lost through sheer incompetence and recklessness. And Trump's administration will investigate all of this. So, Trump is the inspector now, but not like Gogol's That Government Inspector, where Hlestakov merely posed as one and everyone fell for it. No, he is the elected president and he has the authority.